Hey everyone, I have decided to undertake the 3000 GT digital climate control conversion. It's a massive job, and I already found the display unit at the computer, and I found a donor car. I'm here at the pick and pull, and I'll try to document the process as much as I can. Uh, but I found the car. Let me show it to you. It's super dirty, but I think it'll do the job. It has the parts we need and we should be good. So here's the pick and pull. I'm somewhere in Windsor, California, and they have a huge lot here, and let me show you the car. All right, so this is the 92 3000 GT that we are looking at. Somebody ripped apart the seat, and this car has been scavenged. Somebody has already come here and taken out all the parts that they wanted, but the ones that I want are definitely here. Oh, it's too heavy. Let me try and use more fingers to lift it. This is here under the hood. Well, I don't need it from anything from here per se, but what I need is the servo motors for the digital climate control, and it's there. The computer is there too. And while I'm still here, I might just collect some connectors and relays, spare whatever I can, and just in case I need them. All right, so what's scary is they're all standing like this. It's a little scary, but somebody tried to rip it apart and damaged it. So here are the details of the car 92 Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Okay, the trunk is a mess. This comes from a Hyundai that's behind us, and it's disgusting. Everything inside is disgusting. How could somebody do this to the car? Anyways, we'll get to work. The seat is super filthy, and as you can see, here's the antenna cable, and you can see it's super dirty. Let me come from the other side. I got my tools, a bag of Ziplocs to label and store the parts, and some broken parts. So here it is. Here's the computer. It's there. It has the cables attached, the pigtails. You can see one of the motors there. It's there. The another servo, it's going to be under here. I have to remove the entire glove box for that, and there's more going to be on the right side of the steering column, so I have to get those out too. So I don't know how much I'll be able to cover, so I'll do my best to try and cover the removal of these parts. Okay, so let me get started. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to salvage here is the striker, and I'm gonna save this trunk cover because this thing becomes so brittle it breaks down in the sun. And one fine day what I did was, like, I was trying to open the trunk and I just pressed, and the whole thing crushed into powder in my hands. So I did buy a new glove box cover, but I didn't have a striker. I had to cut through the striker to remove this old one, broken one. So I'm going to salvage this striker and use it. So it's got two screws here. I got a stubby screwdriver to take them out, and there are four 10mm bolts here, and you have those plastic clips on the side that you need to remove, and this whole thing should slide down. So let's do it and we'll see. Okay, we are done with removing the glove box and the striker removal, and it took us literally 5 minutes. Here it is. It needs some cleaning. It has some brown spots. I think it'll need a good scrub it up. And in the Ziploc I got the screws and the striker. So mission 1 accomplished. Now I see an easy mission is like that one for the digital climate control, the interior temperature sensor. I think I'm gonna try and get that one first. All right, and then we have the other sensor here. This is the photolight sensor. I can see the sensor and a connecting wire, but I have to maybe do something to get through this. I don't intend on removing the entire dashboard, just the necessary pieces, so that I can get to my stuff. All right, so let me let me give it a shot to remove these two. All right, I'll show you my video once we are close. Okay, so here's the first challenge with the climate sensor removal. I got the sensor out. You need both the plates, this one, the plate and the actual sensor, so that you can bind it together with the headliner. And that's the connector, and that cable is coming like this, and it goes here, and there's a bunch of cable coming out from here. I guess that's the wiring for, I don't know, the rear lighting and all. So there's this blue and yellow cable, that's what it is connected to. So I'm keeping a video of this and a record of this, so that when I go home I can find those two cables, and I'm gonna read the circuit diagram to find out what it has, and hopefully I can connect it properly. And I would like to remove these two clips. I don't know how to remove them, they're super strong, so we'll try to figure out and remove those and see how that goes, and then move on to the next one. Okay, all right, so these are the two clips that I was struggling to remove. I used my big pliers, grabbed it here, you can see the marks, and gave a big tug, and it came out in one piece without breaking. So I'm hoping I can reuse them. Okay, so I'm gonna free up the sensor now, and I'm gonna cut the cable here, the yellow and blue, and hopefully I can trace it back in my car and connect it. Okay, one extraction completed. This is the interior temperature sensor with its harness and everything, clips and mounts and everything. Put it in a Ziploc, and let's put it down. And next, I think I'm gonna try and get and remove the computer, and I may have to I think that's the heater, cold hot servo, that's there, right there. So that's what I'm going to try and remove next. All right, okay, I'm not making a lot of progress now. I'm getting a little slow. So I removed this computer. As you can see, somebody came here for the DCC display and they just broke it. You can see here they didn't even bother to remove those two screws. I mean, like, how lame somebody can be, and they just broke the whole thing. I do have a spare one at home, so I don't mind, and it's all right. I got the pigtails, they're all here. This one is for the display unit, and those motherfuckers, they couldn't even remove the pigtail from the back of the display. They just cut it. My goodness. Anyways, I got the pigtails. I'm gonna match the colors, and hopefully I can join the wires on my display. Now I need to figure out how to extract this cable and where does it connect. I'll try to document that so that we have fewer problems trying to trace things back. I'm just trying to get as much evidence as possible, so that once I go home and I'm putting things together, I can look at this video and remember what I did, where it came from. So I think I'm not making a lot of progress. I need to keep moving. I have only a few more hours, so I'm now going to remove this 4 screws and open that connector, and I need to trace where this connector, the other half, is going. It seems to be going into this fat thick cable somewhere, and I need to figure out not this one but something similar. So I'm gonna need to take this one out, and this arm, and that circle piece, and hopefully that should be it for the heat and cold piece. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I removed the 3 screws, and this thing is out. As soon as I disconnect this will come out, which is fine. Now I need to get this control arms, so I think I need this whole moving thing that we have. Or maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen the inside of my manual. Maybe I have that control arm, or maybe I don't. But I think I'm just gonna get it just in case we don't have it. It's kind of rusted. That's something we can fix, not a problem. But let me go get the control arms and we should be done with the centerpiece. Okay. Alright people, the progress is a little slow. I'm a little bit stuck, but trying to keep moving forward and get as many parts as I can. So here I'm pretty much done picking up everything right behind the climate control unit. I got the motor out, everything, it's bagged, labeled. I just need to salvage this harness, which I'll get back to later. I don't think I'm ready to do it yet. So I removed this entire lower dash, and I can access the inside outside air selector motor. I removed the 3 screws that goes here, here, and here. There are 3 of them, and this thing is now loose. It's coming off. If I'm not wrong, I'm supposed to save that arm too. And let me see what else I need from here. So I'm going to remove that piece now, and I'll update you after I'm done with that. Okay, I'm still stuck at the same point. I'm just contemplating what to save here and what all parts do I take with me. So I got this motor loose. Obviously it's getting power from this one, and here's the control arm that goes over there. I'm guessing I don't need this piece. I don't know if I should save it. Maybe I'll remove that piece and save it just in case I don't have one, but I'm guessing we have it, because in manual model I'm guessing the job of this motor is done by a steel cable that pulls it. So I'm guessing that control piece is there, but I'll save it anyways. And looks like the outside air temperature sensor needs to be saved as well, which I believe is this one. So I need to figure out, I'm guessing somehow this thing will slide out from the front. Yeah, so I need to figure out how to take this out, and let me finish that and we'll see what else. So here it is. Got the inside outside air temperature sensor out. Sorry, the outside air temperature sensor out. Sorry, I'm losing it slow. Okay, and I think we have those harnesses there. So I'm gonna bag it separately and label it. And this harness, and I'm guessing I'll just cut it here and take the whole piece with me. Okay, that's the plan right now. I can't figure out everything here. I have to go home and look at the circuit diagram. So I'm just gonna cut this here, take this whole piece. It has the connection to the sensor. This is the one that connects to this outside air temp sensor. This is for the motor, it's already connected, and there's another one that's going somewhere under it. I don't know what that is, but we'll unplug it and take all the 3 along with the cable. All right, then we move on to the next one. All right, so we got the inside out selection motor completely out. As I said, I saved all the 3 harnesses, got it, feel good about it. We got the outside temp sensor, and this one is also done. So this is all our labeled stuff, and at this point I believe we are done with everything we needed from the extreme right far on the passenger side. So we don't need anything here except one thing. We need that sensor here, right here. You can see that round thing. Yeah, this one. So I'm trying to see if I can trace the cable without removing the whole dash. I don't want to do that job. It's going to be a lot laborious. Let me figure that out, and then we'll move back to the center and then to the right side, and then we should be done. All right, see you soon until I figure that out. Okay, I think I figured out. So that photo sensor has two wires coming out of its butt, and they are both yellow as it appears. And let me show you, that is the connector for those two yellow wires, see, and it's getting power from this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's getting power from, I don't know if I'm able to show you here, this fat cable that's running from here. It's also powering up the front tweeter. So it's all bifurcating from this big fat cable that you see here. It's all connected here, you see? Yeah, you see that yellow cable coming out of it? That's where it's coming from. So what I'm gonna do is, right now I'm gonna cut it here, the yellow cable, okay? And I'll try to join them once I get home. I'm super tired at this point. All right, so instead of taking just the sensor out, I'm thinking I'll take the whole vent. It seems to be in pretty good shape. Just a little bit of dust, not broken, nothing, everything is intact. As you can see, those are the cables and that's the connector. And so one is yellow and one is yellow green. So I'll have to read the circuit diagram and connect it. All right, and we'll figure out a simplified way of doing all these things. So technically, if you look at it, it's just a 12-volt supply powering up the computer and probably some of the individual sensors, and relaying that information back to the to the computer, which gets relayed back to the display. So in my humble opinion, I may not have to tap through all those and cut all those wires. I might just build my own harness after reading the circuit diagram, like who should receive how much power and what. Basically just follow the circuit diagram and build that harness, and that way I don't have to slice through any of my existing cables except getting the 12-volt power. That's what I think at this point. I do not know how wrong I am, but we'll figure out. I am super tired right now. There's some cuts and bruises. This place is extremely filthy. As you can see, I feel homeless. I feel terrible. I'm hungry, but I want to finish the job and not do anything before that. All right, this is done. I believe I need to get the coolant sensor from somewhere here. I do not know what that looks like. I got lucky with the air outside temperature sensor here. I was lucky, but the coolant temperature sensor is somewhere there. I do not know what it looks like, so I'm gonna try and figure it out and try to get it. And then we have to remove the bottom dash under the steering wheel. That's where we have mode selection. So let's get to it. All right, so I read the instructions again from, well, I keep saying as per instructions, but I don't think I ever gave credit to where I got it from. So this is from 3si.org. If you go and search there for digital climate control conversion or DCC conversion, you'll find it. There's a lot of people around me and I have to be careful about my tools. And okay, I'm good. All right, so yes, so there you have a list of parts, how to do the installation, and a significant amount of help. And if you're a little bit good with electrical wiring and all that stuff, you understand the basics, I think you should be able to do it. That's what I'm hoping on. So it said it's right, the coolant temp sensor is right below the motor, which was somewhere here, right? It was somewhere here. So, and it's held by clip, so I'm guessing this is the one, this one, but I don't know. I don't see any connection to any coolant here. How is that information coming here? Doesn't make any sense, but I don't know what else could be. It could be this, maybe. I don't know. I'm just a little confused. Where the coolant temperature, I know I can probably, the thing will work without that, but still would like to find it. Okay, anyways, I'm not very sure, so what I'm gonna do is cut this cable here and save this harness, get this clip out, and this is the only thing that's held with clip. The instructions say it's held by clip. Save the clip, and this is the only clip that I see in this area, and this is the, maybe this is the sensor, I don't know, but it's not connected to anything. How it can determine the coolant temperature without being in touch with the coolant, and there's nothing else feeding into it, so I'm not very sure. I'm confused right now, so but I'll save this part and move on to the next one. Here it is. I took this thing out. It was attached like this, and looks like there's a yellow and a green cable that was connected to this one that was actually powering up this cable. If you see, if I move it, this moves. It's this one. This goes behind your sound system, yeah, so it's probably just drawing power from here. I don't know, but how can this thing detect the coolant temperature without being in contact with the coolant? I don't know what that is. There's a part number here. We're gonna find it later, but for now I'll just save it and bag it and move on to the next one. Okay, I found something that resembles to be capable of sensing the coolant temperature. I'm gonna show you what that is. You see this cable going here? There's a rusted piece of metal, but behind it there's a solid bar that is shining. You can see it's shining really bright. It's kind of inserted here. Let me show you. I can just push that in. See, it goes inside. That is something that I would believe is a coolant sensor, but how do I get this thing out? It's blocked by this, so it's blocked like that, so may have to break a little bit of plastic there to get the thing entirely out. That's what I'm gonna do next. And there's a power transistor somewhere here that I need to save, and I don't know where that is. Maybe it's this one. I mean that one. I don't know which one is that, but we'll find out. But let's first find out the coolant temp sensor. Alright guys, extremely tired. Alright, so I took my pliers and softened the plastic a little bit, pushed it inside, and it slid right out. I think this thing is pretty much capable of measuring the coolant temperature. And so I got this. It's connected to this connector that goes back to this one, and it's here. As much as I would like to see what, I might just cut through the wires and see what colors it connect to, and I'm going to most likely cut it here. So I'm going to show you if I can find out what color it connects to. Okay, so I got open the insulation, and whoa, oh sorry, not this one. So this one was going into the cooling box. I don't think I need this one, but I just kept it, so cut it here. I don't know if it's required. Let it be there, but this is the main one that we're looking at that connects to the sensor. As you can see, its colors are green, and something green and black, and it goes, and there also we have the same colors, green and black. So I think I'm okay to cut it somewhere here at this point and save this piece. All right, one more done. Moving on to the next one. All right, next I'm in search of a power transistor that is located in the heating box to the right side of the hot and cold blowing motor, which is this one. I'm guessing, I don't know if this is the transistor. I'm guessing that is it. I'm not very sure. I just opened this plug from it. I removed one screw. I'll try to remove the other one and see what is that thing. I don't see anything else here that can be removed, and that's on the right side. So I don't know, man. I'll just try to remove that and see what it looks like. Hey folks, so it looks like this is what came out, and it has part number, so it'll be easy to find out. I'm guessing this is the power transistor, so we were correct. I'm guessing, I'm not sure yet. So what I'm gonna do next is save this as, bag it as power transistor, and the two screws, and this gray, not gray, this white and gray harness is what that was connected to. So I'm gonna cut it and save it, and we'll have to look at the diagrams and find out how that's supposed to work and where it connects. All right, after this we're done everything with the center and the right side. Next we need to remove the panel under the steering wheel and remove the last servo motor there, and I think we're done. All right, at this point I've got everything except just one thing, the vent selection motor and the control arm assembly, which is somewhere tucked under the steering wheel, and I have no intentions of removing the entire dash and get there. So I was looking for an easy way to get there, and I'm stuck. I may have to drop the steering column, only then maybe I'll be able to access that, or I don't know. So I'm a little bit stuck here, and I'm actually thinking, is it worth spending more effort today here getting that out, or maybe I should just quit for today and I'll get to it maybe some other day in some other junkyard. I just need that one assembly steering and the vent selection assembly, which is somewhere. You see that blue cable? That's one of the cables that connects to the vent selection motor, so it's way behind it. I wish I had got my power saw and I could have drilled through all of this and got it out super easy. Maybe that's the lesson for next time. So I'm gonna try here a little bit more, maybe another 30 minutes. If I can figure out, I'll have that motor. If not, I'll see if I can buy that online, or if anybody has the dash open, maybe I'll just try to buy it from them, and that might be a better option. All right, see you later.